So for today's inspiration, a dramatic greeting from Miss Taylor Swift. It's so sad to think about the good times, you and I.
She's fine.
Because, baby, now we've got bad blood.
She wasn't doing anything.
You know, it used to be mad love.
Hey, stop.
So take a look at what you've done. Because, baby, now we've got bad blood. Hey,
Stop.
hit that harmonica. To all my Camp PencilPointers out there, welcome to some nonsense and tomfoolery. I'm Joe Fu. Today, I'm joined by everyone. Joined by Mary, joined by Chef Miker. I am joined by Emily. Let's get right into it because it's been so long. Let's go right into some drawing. But before that, we're going to take a deep breath. So everyone, if you could hear me, think about something negative, something stressful, something that caused you great anxiety, maybe a little bit of perfectionism. Let's take all that, wad it up into a ball. Let's wad it up into a ball. Hold it right here. And we're all going to take a deep breath. So everyone, take a deep breath. And we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. And as we exhale, we're going to take all that stress, all that anxiety, all the bad feelings, all that perfectionism. We're going to push it out. We're going to let it go because we don't want it. We don't need it for what we're doing next. And everyone take a breath in. And we're going to soak in all the nonsense and tomfoolery. And with that, we're going to go right into a little warm-up drawing. Right over there, I'm just doing some warm-up sketches, if you will. Just getting stuff out of my mind through my hand onto a piece of paper. I'm getting loose, so to speak, and getting ready to do my drawing for today. So I encourage all you Camp PencilPointers out there, if you could hear me, if you could see me, draw along with us, draw along with me. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be anything at all. Don't think as you draw. Just put it down on paper and let it be what it is. If you hate it, you hate it. If you love it, you love it. Just let it be. So draw along with me. And I just want to say, I want to ask not only my artists here on this call, but also all the Camp PencilPointers out there. How are you doing? How's everything going? It has been a long time. It's been a while. It's been a very long time. And part of the reason is technical difficulties because we spent probably a good month trying to get through all of our technical difficulties. And we're here. If it wasn't on my end, it was on someone else's end. But we're up and running together and we're drawing with you right now. So how are you doing? Emily, how are you doing? Let's start with you.
I'm doing good.
You have been busy lately because you have some personal projects. You've been doing some other things.
I did the Run Fest, the Michigan Run Fest.
Yes, I love that.
That
That's a great
7 weeks.
7 weeks of the Ren Fest. That's a lot of Ren Fest.
Wow.
It was exciting.
And you're also wrapping up your comic, I believe.
Yeah, it's this close to being done.
You keep us posted for when we're gonna be able to see it. And
yeah, I keep saying this week, but that hasn't happened in the last month, so I'm afraid to say anything.
Well, all right. We'll let it go at that. Miker, how are you doing?
I'm here.
Yes, we're all here.
It's been, gosh, how long? When's the last time we did this?
We the other day.
Oh, it was the other day. Okay.
Yes, the other day.
That's how long. It's been a long time.
It's been a while. But it's good to have you here. It's actually, for the first show back, it's good to have all of us here at once. I wasn't expecting this whatsoever, and it's a nice surprise.
It is.
Anything you want to throw out there you've been working on? Keeping busy? Any just fun highlights?
I've been just drawing the masses. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Mary, last but not least, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I've been making a lot of spooky art for Halloween because it's my favorite time of year. So
yes, Halloween actually just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So yes. So, but you've been very active on the socials, doing a lot of art videos in progress. How's that going?
I've been trying. Yeah, it's hard to stay productive and always have something to post. I try to post 3 times a week, so I have to have high productivity. But it seems to be going well. I like making shorter videos. That way I can make more of them.
Yeah. I think that's the key. Like, as artists, we all want to put in everything we have in everything we do. And sometimes the more you hold back, the idea of less is more really does come through as it's a good adage. So
Yeah, it always
pulling
comes
back a
back
little,
around eventually.
yeah, and not revealing everything that's happening behind the curtain is important. So excellent. And Camp Pencil Pointers out there, how are you doing? What have you been working on? Post stuff up in the comments below and let us know how you're doing. Because let's be honest, it's been tough lately. It's been rough. There's been a lot of turbulence in the world, and it's easy to forget how important you are, how important your art is. And that's the one thing Camp Pencil Point is all about, is not forgetting that you are important and your art also is important. So we're here to make sure you don't forget that, and keep you creating and keep you having fun, because you may not realize it right now, but we need your artistic voice now more than ever. So keep on creating, keep on drawing. Let me talk about, before we get into the main subject matter, let me talk about the schedule for Camp Pencil Point going forward. Just because we all have, we all have jobs that we have to do. We all have different schedules, and trying to get 3 to 4 people together on the same schedule is not very easy. We are not doing a live format for the moment. We're going to pre-recorded stuff. We're also going to broadcast a new video every other week. So like twice a month, pretty much. In most occasions, we're going to do one of these videos. And we're going to see if we can build on that, or if it works for us, we'll just keep it the same. But we do have a lot of different things going on. A lot of Camp Pencil Point in the works right now. So instead of putting all our eggs in this basket, we're just going to try to keep it going at a pace that is most comfortable for all of us. So we'll be posting schedules up to our social media. We're going to broadcast on 2 platforms, both on Facebook and YouTube. So keep an eye out for our next broadcast. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. I did the warm-up sketches for this video. I tried to get some facial expressions for women, some girls. I tried to get different shapes, expressions, different hairstyles and stuff like that, just to kind of warm up how I'm going. We're not going to show the full warm-up because it's about a 30-minute long video, but I will post it up on my social media so you can see just how I finished up. And if I could give myself a little self-critique, I was not 100% pleased with where this was going. But the nice thing was I kind of worked out all my mistakes and just let them be my warm-up. I ended up being very happy with the final product. So it was nice to have this sketchbook where I could just kind of work things through, work out my mistakes, work out things I wasn't pleased with. And right after I was done with this, I went into our feature presentation, which we'll go to now.
That makes me want to draw in a sketchbook. I haven't done that in forever. I'm so sad now.
Why?
I haven't drawn in a sketchbook in forever.
It's so hard.
That was so nice to see. I was like, oh.
So, in honor of our feature presentation today, I've made these. It's hard to focus. I don't know if I could focus on them. They're friendship bracelets, but all the artists at Camp Pencil Point, I've made these CPP friendship bracelets. We got a little bit of Ruby, the colors of Ruby, the colors of Drew right there. And yes, friendship bracelets, that means we're talking about Miss Taylor Swift. Like I said, love her, hate her, be indifferent to her. That pretty much runs the full gamut. But regardless, I think if you have not encountered something with Taylor Swift in the last 6 months, then you have hidden away from the world successfully. Because Taylor is kind of all over the news. She's kind of all over social media. She's kind of all over the place. World tour, re-releasing of albums. Like, she's part of NFL now. I think she's a place kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's amazing. Anyone here? Mary, not a fan of Taylor Swift?
But even I have been keeping up on the Taylor Swift news. Every time I turn the TV on, she's going to see a football game with her new boyfriend, and she's picking up the trash left behind because she's such a good person.
She's great. She is
she
great.
Is.
Any thoughts, Mike, Emily, before I go into mine?
I think she's responsible for selling out of airplane tickets to Florida. That's the bit that maybe I heard.
Really?
Yeah, I think I heard that also.
Huh.
What
is she moving here or something? Or
a concert, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is she going?
Yeah,
she did Florida, not too. She did the concerts in Florida.
Yeah, she played at the Tampa, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for her. And good for the airlines.
Yeah. Hey, no, she's good for the economy, right? Like everybody's spending money on Taylor.
I believe she is.
So that's good. Yay.
All right. So, in honor of Taylor Swift, I did a sketch. I actually saw a couple of artists that I follow do a sketch of Taylor from her tours or from other various things, and they were really great pieces of artwork. So I was inspired to do my own, and I'm not totally, and I don't know everything about Taylor. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know about her, but she is inspiring to me because a lot of different things. One, her creativity, her loyalty to her fan base, the way she puts herself out there as far as marketing. I'm not going to a concert. Jamie's going to a concert. I'm not. But I heard her concerts are very positive, very friendly. Everyone that in attendance is just very friendly and loving to each other. They're very polite, and that's just really cool. And that's the kind of environment that she creates around her, and it's that to me is inspirational. So I like Taylor for a lot of things. Some of you might not like her. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to think so. But for all intents and purposes of this podcast, I'm going to talk about the way she is re-releasing her albums. So Emily, Mary, or Mike, have you heard about this? Do you know about this?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I think that's really cool.
It is.
It's like when you create some artwork and then you go back and you look at it 5 years later, or I don't know, it could be 6 months later, and you're like, oh man, that was awful.
Yeah.
And then
and I don't even think that's the point of it. I believe the reason she is re-releasing her albums is because she doesn't own the recordings. The recordings of the songs are actually owned by a record company.
Yeah, it's a financial choice, but
yes. So she owns the rights to them, so she has opted to re-record and release her own version. So October 27th, which is a couple of weeks ago, she re-released is what I'm trying to say. She re-released 1989. That is actually a very important album to her because it was her first transition, a full transition into pop music. She used to be country, and now this is like a symbol of her becoming a pop star. One of the biggest pop stars we're looking at now. 1989 is the year she was born. So the album's kind of symbolic of her birth into pop music, the first step into pop. But the point of this is we're going to talk about Taylor's version. So every new re-release has the words Taylor's version in the title. So this is 1989 Taylor's version, which got me to thinking, if we could, and this is actually the question that I proposed to the rest of the artists at Camp PencilPoint, if we could take anything and make it your version, what is it, and how would you change it? So I'll give you the example, and then I'll give you a little more of an explanation. But the example is Star Wars, so no one could use Star Wars. So if we took Star Wars and we made the Rebel Alliance all dogs, and then the Empire could be all cats. I would remake Star Wars with dogs and cats. So the preface I want to throw in there is like, we're not taking something that really stinks and we're going to make it better.
Did you freeze?
Like, which I'm sure a lot of Star Wars fans will try to do. It's more taking something that's great, putting our own little twist on it. And Emily, we'll get to Emily last, because when I proposed this question, she went off on a lot of different things, and it's all tremendous. So Emily will be the last. Mike, are you ready do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go. So a redo of anything.
Redo of anything, but not a redo, but like your version of something. And we're not going to make it better. We're just going to make it our version.
Oh boy.
Are you not ready?
Well, no, I guess I'm not ready. I was just thinking about the DC movie universe.
Okay.
And
so how would you make it your the DC universe? Because right now it's the DC movie universe. I was going to say the Taylor Swift version, the James Gunn version. So James Gunn is kind of remaking it all. So what would you do, Mike, to make DC universe, the DC cinematic universe, yours?
I guess I would have. I would have done a Batman with. Because I always thought this would be funny if they had like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck together.
So they both do Batman?
Well, no. I think I was going to do like Matt Damon as Batman and Ben Affleck as Robin.
Oh, okay. So taking Matt,
but make it
Ben
all
Affleck out of the Batman role altogether and making him Robin, you would switch that role.
And then like they'd be in California as like some surfer guys. That would be their thing.
All right, that's definitely a micro twist.
That's kind of about it.
All right, let me pause you for a moment, because I'm putting the pencils are done to Taylor. I'm adding some ink right now. I just want, like, a lot of people asked, so I do use this kind of orangish brown paper often. I really like it. I like the color. It's a good mid-tone for me. You could add black ink to it. It works. You could add white ink to it. It works. It's a good mid-tone. And I just have a ton of it. It's by French Paper in Niles, Michigan. So highly recommend checking them out. It's just a good paper. It takes the ink very well. It takes marker a little too well. Maybe I might have dried out a few markers, adding value to this, but still one of my favorite papers out there. So I kept it up, and I am drawing on this toned paper. Mary, we'll go to you. If there is anything out there that you could make into your own version, what would it be?
Well, I saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie a couple of weeks ago. And
I saw
it multiple times because I've been waiting to see it for several years.
Okay.
And I was thinking it would be funny if they replaced the animatronic animals with just real life animals. So you have a bear and a bunny and a chicken, and they're all just working together, but they're really menacing. I thought that would be a good idea.
So, in your version of Five Nights at Freddy's, they would be the animatronics would be portrayed by animals, real animals, or they would just be real animals.
You could you could take like a chicken and put like those Frankenstein bolts on it or something, and like make it, or like wrap the bear in like tin foil and pretend they're made of metal. But yeah, they're just portrayed by real animals, and the size differences and kind of how they work together.
I really like your version.
What?
I really like your version.
Oh, thank you.
Emily is like big fan of the Five Nights. Bye, Mary. If we ever make it big, we have to make a Mary version of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
So, but without spoilers, how was the movie?
Oh, it was really good.
Okay.
It if you know anything about the games, the lore of the games is very complicated, and there's been like 7 or 8 or 9 games at this point.
Yeah.
But they took all of the best elements of it and kind of boiled it down into a simple story, and I think it was just really good. It's the best way they could have done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't too scary. It's PG-13, so
so
it's a little scary, but it's not. It could have been worse, I think.
I don't think you can make it too scary.
Yeah.
Because of your fan base, and you just can't like. I'm sure a lot of that fan base will be disappointed, but you also have to include a lot of different ages.
Because when it came out, it was for like a little bit of like a mid-teens audience, and kind of as it's gone on, younger and younger kids are playing it, so it's there's a wide variety of ages that they have to appeal to, and I think they did a really good job of balancing that. So I loved it. Thank you for asking.
That's excellent. Emily, are you a fan of the Five Nights?
I played it. My friends made me play it, and I think I beat it. One of the games, and it was hard. It was a lot. I had to pause. I had to scream. I hid behind my friends. I'm not good at that stuff.
Oh, like it was too scary and you hid?
It's a bunch of yeah. It might be my animal brain was like trying to get out of the area.
You reverted to your old brain, and you it was either fight or flight, and you chose flight.
Yeah, it was run.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but so I played one of the games.
Okay, are you looking forward to this movie?
I don't know. Maybe I guess I haven't thought of it. So maybe I'll watch it if it's as good as Mary says. It might be interesting.
Mary gave it a rave review.
Yeah,
without spoiling anything.
2
Mike,
thumbs
do you know
up.
anything about this?
The only thing I know is I guess Nicolas Cage made a version of this movie, and I heard it's amazing. I don't remember the name of his version, but it was supposed to be the film, or they pitched this, and it didn't catch on, so they just made their own. But I hear it's really good.
Nicolas Cage's movie is called Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, that's what it was. Willy,
janitor in one of these places, and the animatronics come alive, and he beats him up, and it's very comedic. Because Nicolas Cage is scarier than killer animatronics.
I can definitely see that.
He's incredible. I highly recommend Renfield, since we're post Halloween. If anybody's seen that, that's good.
Yeah, you can watch Renfield whenever. It doesn't have to be Halloween time.
I was just thinking with the vampires and Halloween.
Do you want to know something silly?
Let's hear something silly.
My uncle's name is Scott Cawthon, and they've gotten their emails crossed and mixed up because of that.
No way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow. Tremendous.
Scott Cawthon, for those who don't know, is the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's. He's the original creator, and he wrote the movie.
That's amazing.
It is very silly.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great news. Good for your. Did you say it was your uncle or your?
My uncle.
Your uncle. Good for your uncle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tremendous. Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about what I'm drawing. I'm using a zebra brush pen and drawing the hair, and hair is not easy to draw. And Taylor on the cover of the new re-release, her hair is all over. I think it's like kind of, to showcase the perfection of imperfection, which is what Camp PencilPoint's all about. So she has a very wind-blown hair. Not easy to draw. Not easy to draw at all. I'm trying my best, and I'm just kind of letting it be what it is because, this doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to be perfect because, if Taylor happens to be watching, I want to impress her. Who doesn't? But I'm just letting the hair be what it is. I will be moving into the values pretty soon. I'll be using a lot of Copic markers. I've used actually an old school alcohol-based blue, which really stunk up the whole studio. It's been a long time since I've stunk up the studio with markers. Because Copics are not that smelly. But when I get into value, I'll kind of point that out. So I'm not going to go to Emily. As I said, we're going to save Emily for the end because it's amazing. But I'm going to give you what I would do Joe's version of. And like, again, I'm choosing something really amazing. And I'm not looking to replace it at all. I'm not looking to redo it. I'm not looking to like erase the old one and replace it with a new one. And I think that's a problem a lot of people have with remakes is they believe that studios are trying to erase the old original classic where they're just offering a different spin on the subject matter. So what I would do my version of is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is a classic. It's inspired me since a very young age when it came out. I did see it in theaters. Just a huge influence on me. So obviously I'm not replacing Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that movie. I am doing my own version of it. And if I could do my own version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I would change it to the perspective of Benny the Cab and the two ducks. So in the story, Benny the Cab is doesn't appear until halfway through the movie. He's a very colorful character, and I feel like his whole perspective of everything would be interesting. He doesn't get nearly enough screen time. To add to this, another two characters that didn't get enough screen time because they would have stolen the whole movie altogether is Donald Duck and Daffy Duck. The piano battle between them is a highlight of that movie. One of my most favorite parts. And I don't know how, a lot of you probably haven't seen this movie yet. And those that have seen the movie, I don't know if it's a highlight for you because, like, when I was young, Warner Brother cartoons and Disney cartoons never like intertwined. There was no crossover, and this is the first time cartoons really crossed over with each other. You always had Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes doing their thing. We always had Mickey Mouse and the Disney characters doing their thing, but there was no crossover until now. And you got to see the two most colorful characters in both companies, Daffy Duck and Donald Duck together, just being their true characters all together. That is something that I just kept and I carried with me. Like, how cool was that moment? This was like, for a little kid, this is history. This is a piece of history being made. And I would, if I had a chance to do my version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it would have been through the perspective of Benny the Cab and the two ducks. And the two ducks would somehow join Benny on an adventure, get into a lot of hijinks, fight a whole lot, probably blow something up with dynamite of some sort or a cannon, another cannon, because they used the cannon before. But definitely that would be my version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Roger, as much as I love that character, would probably have a very small small background role in my movie, but that would be my version.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call it?
I don't know. The ducks. I'm going back to my drawing. I think I'm digging out my markers right now. Oh no, I was just going to add some more line work with my zebra brush pen. Once again, that hair not easy. So when I go into the tone and the value of the hair with the markers, that helped me out quite a bit. I've actually, if I could critique myself a little bit, I actually struggled a little bit now with adding the darks to the hair. I never really, when I picture Taylor, I don't picture her as a dark, like a brunette. Like, I always kind of think of her like as a blonde. So adding darks in to someone with light hair was a little bit difficult. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but in the end, I'm happy when I added tone, how well it came out. I'm picking up the line work right now. I'm picking up the pencil work, I should say, right now. So it's not completely gone, but give myself a nice clean surface for when markers go down, they don't mix in with the graphite. I use a very heavy pencil as well. So the graphite does come up quite often. It gets lifted up when I use various markers or anything to add value. A note here, there is still a white border around the album to give it that Polaroid look. and I wanted to get it straight, so I did use a ruler. I don't always use a straight edge for artwork like this. I try to freehand it, but I thought because it was so close to the edge, I wanted to maintain a straight mechanical line. So that's why I used a straight edge to add my white border.
I like the shadow of her hair helps her face pop.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the one reason I wanted to put it in, is to kind of frame the face. So when you add a dark next to a light, it'll help the light pop forward a little bit. So that's what I wanted, for the focus to be more on the face by creating some contrast to the hair.
I like the wind-blown hair. I know you said you had some insecurity about how it looks, but I think it looks really well. She still looks blonde to me. I mean, obviously I haven't seen it with the tone and the markers yet, but it looks really good right now. It looks like her to me. Like, I know it's a caricature,
well, thank you.
but I can recognize Taylor Swift in this.
Oh, thank you. That obviously is a big thing. If I drew someone that looked like Will Smith, I would have done a terrible job. So it's good that I really strove to catch that look, her look, capture her likeness, and really kind of break it down with what I knew of Taylor, what I've seen of Taylor, try to capture her essence. I'm not going to go too much into this, but like, I know the red lips, a signature look for her, that was a big deal for the original 1989. So I imagine that it also was important for this 1989. So bright red lips, the blue background, as I said before, and I tried, and I didn't want to draw seagulls. Like when kind of plotting out this project with Emily, she was going to draw the original cover. I was going to draw the new cover, but this filled up enough time that we just went with my drawing because it took me about 45 minutes to do this. And like in brainstorming with Emily, we were going to add a strange animal, unusual animal. So I was going to add a cat to the background of mine because, Karma is a cat. That's a Taylor Swift song that I really don't know the whole lyric for, but I was going to add a cat. Emily was going to add a frog because it's Emily, and she was going to add a frog. But like I said, there were already seagulls. I didn't want to draw I wanted to draw a cat. I didn't want to draw the seagull, but the seagull was important, so I drew the seagull. And then I took up so much time. Emily didn't draw her cover. Maybe at a future video, we'll do Emily's version, but not now because I took too much time. But it's okay. That's the blue stinky marker that is going down right now. It really smelled bad.
A chart pack marker?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's over here. Here it is.
Hey, there it is.
I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, these guys.
Yeah, those are very good. Yeah, they're stinky though.
They're great markers.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. Yeah.
Mary, being at the opposite end of this spectrum, as far as like being the youngest out of all of us, have you ever used a chart pack marker, or like one that really stinks?
Not that I recall. Though I have used some very smelly markers in my time, but for alcohol-based markers, I think I've only ever used Copic, which are not that bad.
And they're not bad. They're not bad. They're actually refillable, which I just found out after I bought several packs.
Oh,
no! You had no idea? Oh,
but it's okay because they run out really quick because I use them so much on this paper.
I love that they're refillable. That's one of my favorite things about them.
Yeah, we never had refillable markers. We just had to let them die a sad death. Try to make them hold out for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Keep their corpses around and hope that they might come back.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Relatable.
Did anyone ever tie a string to their marker and spin it around to try to get the last bit of juice out of it?
Not a string.
I have
I've done that.
shaken a marker before.
Yeah, or shoelace.
Shoelace. I think Mike and I have both spun markers around our head, like the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi throwing stones at the stormtroopers. We were just like that, but we were trying to do art.
Less fuzzy though.
Yes, we were a little bit
less fuzzy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
The stinky blue marker went down.
Oh.
And I noticed one of the seagulls fell off the border, so
I like that he's breaking the border.
So I just actually covered him up with the white when I went in with white.
Oh.
So using some Copics, I'm going in and trying to create a gradation because there is a nice gradation to the actual cover. I'm not stressing myself out too much. If I had good marker paper, I probably would have stressed out because that's what marker paper is for. This paper, not so. It absorbs that marker really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So you get what you get. But I'm still pleased with the way it went. So before I get into Emily's question, the answer to Emily's question, and Emily, feel free to answer with as many of these. Well, not all of them. So when I proposed this, I think I just asked everyone the question: if you could make your version of anything, not necessarily make it better, rather your version, what would it be? Emily said, it's a broad question. Are we talking like taxes or TSA? Both probably could use some revisions.
Oh, yeah.
She also said the educational system.
Oh, no, you're exposing me.
The medical system.
Oh.
The mistreatment of livestock and produce. I agree with all three of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, all five of those. Yes,
Mhm.
I would make a change for the better. Doesn't exactly hit the same way that I wanted to with this question, but very good, worthy efforts to make improvements on. I'm adding her brownish blonde hair right now, so I'm going with a light brown. I'll go in with a darker brown, but trying to get that windblown look once again. But so the 5 things that Emily kind of answered with, she countered with the most important one. A good pencil sharpener would be nice.
I could rant about that if you want me to, but
Well, go for a minute.
it's okay. I bought this. What do you call it? Blackwing. Blackwing's a major, popular, expensive brand, and they're like, "This is a good sharpener." It was $10, so
Okay.
not the worst. And it's a nice. So I liked it because it's 2, a small and a big sharpener, and then it's kind of slick and square, so it fits in your bag well. And yeah, it seemed fine. But I got it in February, and already this has come off because it's just a piece of plastic that holds it on.
Yeah.
And then eventually, it took a while, but I did get some lead that jammed in it, and I tried to pick it out. And I think when I picked it out, I bent the plastic because the blades are metal, but the sharpener is plastic. And why would they do that?
Why would they do
It
that?
was, and like, if it were metal, that it wouldn't have bent. And I don't know. And you can buy these things for like $1 or $7, and they're metal all the way through. But I wanted something that's squarish that fits in your bag and then also catches the lid, because I can use these, but my hands get dirty. Anyways, that's my rant. And I went to the art store the other day, and there was nothing. It's either a goofy shape or it's plastic.
So do you have an electric sharpener by chance that you don't carry? Like, you could carry some electric sharpeners with you, but
they're
you
big.
use electric.
I had one I really liked, and then I have to figure out if I could fix it. It was Panasonic.
Yes.
I got it in college.
Yes.
And now if you buy them on eBay, they're like $100 or something
because
it was
they
so
were really good and they got discontinued.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you discontinue on Panasonic? That was a great pencil sharpener. Yes,
So
I have that one too still.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have it, but it doesn't work. I have to figure out if I can fix it. But it's
All right.
been downhill since that moment.
Yeah. That pencil sharpener, the whole world went down after that.
Yeah.
The whole world. Just all terrible.
It's sad to buy a $10 pencil sharpener and then have the whole thing fall apart before your very eyes. I understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah. In less than a year. It was in February.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Sad.
Wow.
Yeah. A moment of silence for Emily's pencil sharpener.
But thank you for listening to my uninteresting rant.
But let me keep going, Emily, because you didn't finish there.
No.
Those once I reiterated again what I was looking for, you were like, "Oh, that's a hard question." LOL. Your suggestion was then 101 Dalmatians, but it would be 101 Scotty dogs. And that, I got it. I've been like, "Oh yeah, that's totally an Emily version."
Yeah.
But
I think that's my best idea. I think that's the
no,
best.
it's not.
No,
it's not your best
Okay.
idea.
I was really excited about it.
It's a good idea though.
I started yearning for it. But...
Well, you want to talk about it for a second?
No,
I did put the two tones of brown down for her hair. I added her signature red lips as best I could. I actually went with a Crayola pencil because I can't find my Prismacolors. But also that Crayola, I tried some markers on a scrap piece of paper, and that Crayola just gave me the best red. So I added a little blush to her cheeks and red to her lips, and then I am using a Prismacolor white pencil because that is probably the best white pencil you could hope to find anywhere. So a little Prismacolor. I use a little gel pen every now and then, but I'm gonna stick mostly with the Prismacolor. So Emily, 101 Scotty dogs in Emily's version. Can you expand upon that?
There's nothing too much more to expand on, just that I think that would be wonderful, and I think they would need a live action version of that too, and I think I would need to direct one of them and be involved with the dogs, but yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I would like to see you direct 101 Scotty dogs. I don't think that they actually had 101 Dalmatians in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but isn't there only like 21?
I don't know. In the live action?
Mike or Mary in the cartoon as well.
Oh, the cartoon, there's 100.
There's 100? Is there 100?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 21, and then they found other Dalmatians, maybe.
Yeah, I remember watching 102 Dalmatians, the live action version, the most. And I remember there were a lot of Dalmatians, but I think like not all of them obviously came from Pongo and Perdita. Like they got them from other places. Yeah. But I don't recall. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
Yeah, they rescued a bunch of them, didn't they? Wasn't that the...
So that's where the 101 came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you would have 101, and in the sequel, 102. Yeah. Emily, to play with.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Then 103, 104.
It's a very successful franchise you have there.
Yeah.
Do Scotty dogs have high quality fur that your villain would want to make a coat out of, though?
Oh. No.
Yeah. No, they don't?
They have very wiry hair.
She would make like...
I don't know what the premise would be. Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
Hairbrushes or something.
Hairbrushes. Yeah.
Paint brushes for oil.
Oh no. That'll make us the villains.
101 Scotty dogs. Oh yeah. Good point, Mike.
Wow.
Cleaning
brushes.
Makes you think. All right, let's take the focus off us. Let's put it back on Emily. Because she said 101 Dalmatians would be 101 Scotty dogs. Mm-hmm. And then she said, I think that's my chance for everything. And that's true. She would, if she could just have a ton of Scotty dogs, she would. But she hit us with this gem right after. She said, also, E.T. would not exist.
Just would not exist.
Yeah, you can't fix that.
Oh, Taylor's coming along nicely. I think I'm wrapping up with her. I'm gonna put in my signature, if you will, outline. So I'm gonna go with a gel pen outline first of all in the border, and then I'm gonna go with a glittery blue outline around her to kind of match the blue theme of 1989. Emily, why would E.T. not exist?
He's terrible. He's a sack. I don't understand it. He's not cute. I don't get it.
Well,
he's Deborah Winger.
What?
Remember Dave, when we were in school, used to say, "Oh, it's Deborah Winger that did the voice." I don't think there's any truth to that, though.
I don't know if that's true. Okay, well, keep going, Emily.
Oh, there's nothing pleasant about it at all. It's quite the opposite. And I would be happier in a world without E.T.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
he comes at you too when you don't expect it. You'll go to a resale shop and there's an E.T. plushie. And...
Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, that
comes
weird.
at you.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
I love the music from that movie. I think that's probably what saves that movie is John Williams.
John
Williams.
John Williams? Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of his trifecta. He did Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and then E.T. Like,
I think anything John Williams does is amazing. So
like,
I
think that's like the pinnacle of what he did.
I will support you on John Williams, being a John Williams fan. I don't know, Emily. I was a big E.T. fan when I was a kid. So I don't know if I can support you. It's all right. I'm okay with you feeling this way. But
I know there are people who like him. I know there's fans.
Have you ever been on the E.T. ride at Universal Studios?
Ooh.
I don't think so.
Yes.
And there's just E.T.'s brothers and sisters everywhere.
Oh, no.
A very strange experience.
It goes...
also don't really like E.T., so it was very surreal for me.
Nice.
It would be disturbing. I can't. Yeah. Wow.
Mary joined in Emily's team of no ETs in existence. Wow.
I mean, you could always replace ET with a Scotty dog with like one of those like antenna headbands or something, and he could be like an alien. I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like that was a proposal from Emily at some point.
Oh, was it?
I think so. Further down, like it's hard to get past that. Oh, an ET wouldn't exist comment, but. Yeah, I think down the line, Emily was trying to like give her supporting answers, support her feelings, and I mean, it's what you feel is fine. Like E.T. is a fictitious character, so his feelings are not getting hurt at the moment, unless he's real.
Poor E.T.
Yeah, it's okay. He'll get by. He's done quite well for himself. What? So he's a sack, Emily. I think the only reasons you gave was he's a sack. He's a sack, and he's not cute. What else?
I don't know.
I love that. I love that one of your arguments is he's a sack.
Like a sack of potatoes.
I like bags. I have a lot of bags in my household.
Yeah.
Various bags. So. I don't know my point. I don't know what the point.
He's got like a croquet head, right? It's like I don't know.
He got a first. Mary, what'd you say?
Do any of your bags in your house resemble ET?
I don't think so. Like it would have to be brown and light up in the heart. The heart would light up, right? I don't know.
That's terrible.
Could you make ET out of a brown paper bag? Because I feel like you could.
I probably could. Maybe that's a future project for us. Someone write that down. Micah, write that down.
I'm writing that down.
All right. Emily, I'm wrapping up. I'm adding my blue gel pen. I think a couple dots. I'm going to add a signature pretty soon, and then this should wrap up. But Emily, any final thoughts on E.T.? He's a sack. He's not cute. You're apparently grossed out by seeing through him.
Why does he light up?
First of all, I'm the finishing touch is the title 1989. That's what I'm putting in with a Prismacolor. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Why does he light up? I mean, he's an alien.
He's got a thin neck. It shouldn't support his head. If you touch him, what is it? Just like layers of. I did have one thought that maybe if he were in outer space and there were no gravity, his shape might make more sense.
Yeah. It depends what his gravity is like on his home planet. Yeah. Maybe he struggled a lot on Earth with Earth gravity.
Maybe he might be supposed to be a sphere. Maybe that'll be better.
You don't like the neck. No. The logistics of the neck. Maybe he just had really thin, strong neck muscles, and it was telescoping. He had telescoping. Like I have a light stand right now up. It telescopes, and the light on it's not really heavy, but it's supporting it. So maybe he had a hollow neck that telescoped, and it's really strong.
Well, nothing you say makes it better.
I guess not. I'm outlining 1989 now in a gel pen to give it a little definition, a little edge. The original 1989, not very defined. It almost looked painted on. I actually should have. I'm not going to say should have. I could have used a Posca marker for that, probably to get a more accurate look. But I didn't have any Posca markers, any white Posca markers on me Plus, I don't like the initial, the way it lays down initially. You get, when you put down a Prismacolor, you get what you see, which is what I wanted. And I think I'm done. I think I am wrapped up with maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna throw a little bit more. Oh, I got to write Taylor's version. That's the most important part.
That's the scary part.
That is writing and spelling everything correctly and making sure it's all straight and getting the leading and the kerning correct. It was scary, but not as scary as Emily's dislike of extraterrestrials from the 80s.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure a lot of people, anyone that supports Emily and Mary for that matter, if you support Emily and Mary on a dislike of E.T., the extraterrestrial, post your thoughts up in the comments below. Keep them PG. Keep them polite. And maybe post a reason why you don't like E.T. And at the same time, if you're a big fan of E.T., let's defend him a little bit. Let's get people from some, like Joe from a long time ago, little kid Joe, will defend E.T. Maybe post in the comments below why E.T.'s kind of okay. A little slice of perfect.
Was E.T. cute to you?
I don't know. I think I just liked him. It's a him. I don't know if it's a him. I think I was involved in the story. It was a very emotional story. I didn't like when he lost all his color and he was all white in a ditch. That was, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, yeah.
Sorry, Camp PencilPointers. I haven't watched E.T. All right, I believe I'm done. I believe I'm done with Taylor. We went from Taylor Swift to E.T. And that's what we do here at Camp PencilPoint.
There and back again.
There and back again. Let's come back again to Camp PencilPoint. There is my cover, 1989 Taylor Swift. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It was touch and go for a little bit. Wasn't trying to stress out because trying to get a likeness, trying to, look okay for Taylor in case she's watching. It could be a little stressful, and I try to push that out of my mind. Just have fun with it. Have fun with the hair. Have fun with the inks, the line work. Have fun with the markers. Have fun with the color. Get back into drawing again. Traditionally, I have been drawing a lot digitally, so there are a lot of times I went to my paper and went like this, trying to make it bigger. It doesn't work. So kind of resetting the mind and not stressing out too much about that reset. Any final thoughts on anything we've talked about?
I like Taylor Swift and I like E.T.
All right.
Yeah, don't be shy.
All right, so everyone, check out camppencilpoint.com. You can find everything there. These videos, a schedule, how to find all of us on social media. While we're talking about social media, everyone's handle is displayed below. So give us a follow, give us a like, let someone know about us, because we love sharing art. And you could also direct message us on any of our platforms. We love to talk about art. We love to talk about what you're doing with art. We like to offer suggestions. We like to learn from you. So start a conversation with any of us. If you're Team ET or not Team ET, you can talk about ET directly to Emily and why you don't like ET. Tell a friend. Share Camp PencilPoint with a friend, and everyone draw along with us. If you want to direct message what you drew during this session, please send it to us. Let us see what's going on. Whatever platform you're watching this broadcast on, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or something bootleg, give us a follow, give us a like, and share it. Subscribe to this channel so you can watch our videos as we release them. And we're going to try to do a lot more. Like I said, we have a lot of projects in the works, so hopefully we'll have something soon. Before we go, I want to thank Mike, Emily, Mary, for all being here tonight. It's good to have the crew back together again. It was a lot of fun. More importantly, we're glad that you stopped by. Thanks for stopping by, drawing along with us, having fun with us, laughing with us, talking about E.T. and Taylor Swift.
That would be a great mashup.
I don't know. It might be. Draw for at least 20 minutes every day. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just be doodles. do some brain noodle doodles. Just get whatever is in your mind out through your hand onto paper. You'll feel a lot better, and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun doing so. And keep drawing, keep creating. That's the most important thing, because as I said before, you are important, and your artistic voice is also important. We need your artistic voice now more than ever. Just keep having fun creating. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, and until then, everyone, go out and draw weird stuff.